So you're probably wondering what the Premier Ball is. Is there Pokemon packs in there? No. This is not a Pokeball that you find in the store. This is a Pokemon Premier Ball deck holder. It can fit in here a 60 card deck. I got that from the Dragonite V-Star Premium Collection. So, the deck I've been working on here lately is one of the new ones from Destined Rivals. It is called Marnie's Grimmsnarl. And Marnie's Grimmsnarl, the ability Punk Up, allows you to search for 5 basic Darkness Energy cards and attach them to your Marnie's Pokemon in any way you like. And the attack for 2 Darkness Energies, Shadow Bullet for 180, plus another 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So, here's a deck breakdown of the deck that I built. And this will have a link to the deck that I found and built it. So we got 4 copies of Marnie's Impidimp from Destined Rivals. It's a Pokemon with 70 HP. For 1 colorless energy, Filch, draw a card. For 1 darkness energy, Corkscrew Punch. 2 copies of Marnie's Morgrim, 100 HP, 2 darkness energy, Corkscrew Punch for 60 damage. And we got 3 copies of Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX with 320 HP. Next up, for 30 HP, we got 2 copies of Bidoof with the non-colorless attack of Itchy Pollen for 10. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. Got 1 copy of Shaman for bench protection. 2 copies of Snowrunt from Twilight Masquerade with 60 HP, and the attack for water energy, which we won't need it, and 1 colorless energy. It's Astonish. Choose a stadium card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. 2 copies of Frostlass. The reason why we're using Frostlass in this is because if you and your opponents have any abilities on their Pokemons, you place a damage counter on each of them. So, if you have both these guys in play, that's 20 damage. But, here's the kicker. We got 3 copies of Monkey Dory from Twilight Masquerade. So when we use a Darkness Energy, use the ability Adrenabrain to remove those damage counters from your Pokemon and put them on your opponent's Pokemon. I watched a battle on the NAICs earlier today. Someone played the Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX deck and literally took 4 prize cards from his opponent. Alright, so that's a total of 19 Pokemon for our Pokemon. Next up, we're going to have our trainers. 4 copies of Arven. Search your deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. 4 copies of Iono. Each player shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of their deck. Then you and your opponent draw however many cards you have of your remaining prize cards. So if you have 5 prize cards, your opponent has 4. You draw 5, they draw 4. 2 copies of Professor's Research, pretty straightforward. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Another tool card we got, Technical Machine Devolution. De-evolve your opponent's evolved Pokemon by putting the highest stage evolution card on it into your opponent's hand. Defiance Band. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, the attacks of this Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage. So if you have your Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX in play and your opponent has Teal Mask Ogerpon in play, Teal Mask Ogerpon has an HP of 210, and Marnie's Grimmsnarl's attack is 180 plus another 130 damage. So if you have 2 prize cards remaining and your opponent has 1, that knocks out the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, and you win the game. Now, this deck does call for the A-Spec Secret Box. I'm trying to find mine, but for right now, I'm going to be using Unfair Stamp. You can use this card if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. You draw 5 cards, your opponent draws 2. 1 copy of Night Stretcher. Put a Pokemon or basic fire in. I don't know why I said fire. Put a Pokemon or a basic energy card from your discard pile into your hand. Earthen Vessel. Pretty straightforward. You can use this card only if you discard another card from your hand. Search your deck for 2 basic energy cards. This stadium is really fun. Spikemuth Gym. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a Marnie's Pokemon, reveal it, put it into their hand, then shuffle your deck. So if you have Marnie's Morgrim in play, you be sure to search your deck for a Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX and get that into play. 2 copies of Artisan. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for a basic Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box. Put it onto your bench. So, if you want to get Monkey Dory out, use Artisan. Get a Monkey Dory out onto your bench. 1 copy of Super Rod. Shuffle up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand, or into your deck. 2 copies of Rare Candy. Choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a Stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto the basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the Stage 1. You can't, however, use it when you first play that Pokemon or on your first turn. 2 copies of Boss's Orders, pretty straightforward. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. Rescue Board, the retreat cost of this Pokemon this card is attached to is 1 energy less. If that Pokemon's remaining HP is 30 or less, it has no retreat cost. 2 copies of Ultra Ball. You can use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. 2 copies of Counter Catcher. You can play this card if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. TM Evolution. Choose up to 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a card that evolves from that Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve it, then shuffle your deck. So if you have 2 Marnie's Morgrims on your bench, and this is attached to your active Pokemon with an energy on there, use this to evolve into Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Then our last 3 item cards, Buddy Buddy Poffin. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less. Put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. So, if you want to get that Snorunt onto the bench, or Marnie's Impidimp, do that. Just all depends how you play. And then for energy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 darkness energies. So, that's a quick breakdown of Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX. I will post the link to the deck list as well in the description. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Tell me what your favorite deck is. I would love to know what your favorite deck is as well. You guys have a good weekend.